Hello everyone, X-Wall-Kill Bethel here. And it's bad enough that a lot of our families are stuck inside of a cult. But also too, us who care a lot about our relatives have to sometimes check and see what that cult is teaching them. We may end up going to a broadcast just to see if there's anything new. We want to know what are our relatives being taught. And if that wasn't bad enough, that we have to do that, we have to check and see what a cult is teaching our families who are stuck in it. We have Stefan Lett on the broadcast. I would like to know whose idea it was to put Stefan Lett on the broadcast. Because as I was trying to see what terrible things this cult is teaching my relatives, I have Stefan Lett pop up on the broadcast making all kind of obscene facial expressions. I couldn't concentrate on what he was saying because the facial expression looked like he was cursing me out. It's like it's not what he was saying. He was saying one thing, but he had the facial expression of someone that is swearing at you. And I can't figure out for the life of me whose idea it was to say, yes, we're going to have a broadcast and we're going to put Stefan Lett on it. Knowing he does that, his face should be disfellowship for inappropriate conduct. Because it just goes off on its own and doesn't follow direction. So if Stefan Lett's face refuses to follow theocratic order, then it should be disfellowship, and you should stop putting him on the broadcast. Because again, it's bad enough I have to go and look at that foolishness to see what has been taught to my relatives. Y'all don't have to go so far as to go and put the craziest looking person in the entire governing body and have him making all kind of facial expressions on the broadcast. I don't need that. So I have some advice for Stefan Lett to try to help him out. Let's just help him out. If Tony Morris won't step down for buying $800 worth of alcohol all at one time, then Stefan Lett probably isn't going to step down, even though his face, he makes obscene facial expressions. So if these people are just going to stay there and our relatives are stuck and subject to it, maybe we should help Stefan Lett out. Well, one piece of advice that may be helpful is for Stefan Lett to practice in front of a mirror. When you're about to do a broadcast or give a talk, you should practice that in front of a mirror. And if while you, Stefan, are in front of that mirror and you're practicing, and while practicing, if you scare the shit out of yourself because it looks like you're having a seizure, well, then maybe you should stay off the broadcast so that I am not made subject to that foolishness. You have plenty of people, I'm sure, that will substitute for you on the broadcast. The second piece of advice I would give Stefan is pay attention as you're speaking, giving a talk, even the broadcast while you're talking to people who are recording you. Pay attention to other people's reactions. Because if, you're while you're having one of your episodes with your face, you notice that it disturbs people and it breaks people's concentration where they can't concentrate on what it is you're saying, your face is a distraction, then maybe you should get some therapy. Postpone the broadcast, don't get on there, but go and get some face therapy so that you can stop having facial expression episodes on the broadcast. So, because I don't want to see that. And I'm sure other people don't want to see it either. See, I am looking just to see what it is you are teaching my relatives. My relatives are looking because they actually think God wants them to be subject to a person who, while they're speaking, their face is acting like a buffoon. See, they feel like they have to do it. I don't have to do it. I do it out of concern for my relatives and what it is that you're teaching them. So get therapy and stay off of the broadcast while I'm looking at it. Another thing that you can do is, talk to somebody that's close to you. Ask your wife. Stefan, ask your wife. I'm sure you've been married for quite some time. Ask your wife about those episodes and ask her how severe they are, because more than likely, I'm just taking a guess. Stefan, I don't know your personal life. I'm taking a guess, Stefan, that you probably, for a very long time, throughout your entire marriage, have been having sex with the lights out, with the lights all the way out. No light is allowed in that room because if there were light in that room, she would be able to see you, and the sexual conduct would stop. It would cease. Because that can't be attractive with you just popping off at the face like that, making all manner of facial expression when it's uncalled for. So another thing that you can do, in addition to practicing in front of a mirror, paying attention to other people and how they react, you can also, talk to your wife, or people close to you. But talk to somebody that's going to tell you the truth. And once they tell you, get off the broadcast. Quit getting on there. So, you of course, you could also, seeing as how you've already made videos on the broadcast, you could watch your own JW broadcast videos. And, once you see what it is that I'm talking about, you, Stefan, just like me, will probably wonder whose idea it was to have your abnormal face making ass on the broadcast in the first place. You see, because that doesn't reflect well on you as a individual. It's bad enough that you make all those faces, but now you're doing it on the broadcast, and we all see it. See, so that doesn't reflect well on you because now everybody knows that you do it. See, when you're adjusting watchtowers, it's just one picture. You see, we didn't know you're doing all that, but now that's just too much. So again, when I am on the broadcast, when I go and look on it to see what it is you're teaching my relatives, stay off of it. I don't want to see all that. That's just too much on top of everything else that's going on. Because, when you're having an abnormal facial expression attack, again, it's hard to concentrate on what the hell it is you're talking about. So, if you're having teachings like, the whole 1914 overlapping generations thing, and, people are trying to concentrate to figure out what the heck it is that you're telling them, and your face, is doing that. Well, maybe it looks like you're doing it on purpose. Looks like you're being dishonest because you're counting on your wild facial expressions to take people's attention off of what it is you're saying so that they don't know how stupid it sounds. See, don't think that I'm not hip to what it is you're trying to do. See, if you're doing that on purpose. So if you're getting on there and it's like, okay, you sound dumb, well, let me make all manner of crazy facial expression to take people's minds off of it, and it could be some sort of hypnosis. I need to look into this sort of thing. Maybe Stefan, you're trying to hypnotize people with wild facial expression movement. You see, I don't know what it is, but I don't want get it off of the broadcast. See, have all kind of facial crazy expression attacks episodes at your house or in your Bethel room or in your office. But if you're going to video record someone speaking, don't let it be Stefan. Heard, Tight Pants Tony, all y'all know Stefan does that. Because when y'all are having them meetings, more than likely one of y'all are trying to keep yourself from busting out laughing because Stefan's in the meeting having an episode with his face, doing all manner of different stuff. So y'all quit putting him on there. I might call Bethel and tell him, that I can't speak for the current members, but I could probably speak for the people who check on these broadcasts just to see what is being taught to their relatives. And if that's, that's just too much. It's overload. I'm being upset by the teaching and startled by this guy's face all at the same time. And that's uncalled for. So I'm sure you're not going to step down from governing body, just like Tight Pants Tony would talk about dumb stuff like tight pants and drink all kind of alcohol, and he's still there. But one thing you can do that would be loving, since love is supposed to be the mark of the true congregation, the loving thing is stay off the broadcast. Quit getting on there because it's pissing me off. So comment down below. Let me know, what everybody else thinks. Maybe other people enjoy watching you do your thing with your face on the broadcast. But I don't like to see it. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. 937-789-4029. Stefan, if you'd like to call, we can maybe discuss it. And I don't, maybe you have some kind of explanation for it. But I'll probably tell you the same thing that I'm saying now. Just go somewhere with all that. I don't want to see all that. That's ugly. Not that the rest of the governing body members look that much better. They're all ugly. But that's too much ugly. All in one broadcast. And I couldn't finish it, so I still don't know what it is new that you guys are teaching my relatives. So get him off the broadcast so I can see what you're teaching my relatives. Ex-Wallkill Bethelite signing out.